This video is just to go through some of the main features of the Special Words app and how it can be used with students to improve their literacy, word recognition. So it's really good for matching pictures and words. The really great thing about this app, which I really love, is that you can customize it. You can also share it with other devices, which is really great, or you share the content. So let me go into the app, which looks like this. So you're presented with four pictures, or could be words, depending on which activity you're choosing. And at the bottom here, you have the different activities a student could do. And the first one it's opened up onto is to match the picture. So I've got to go through and match it. You're just matching it, and it's going to say the word afterwards. And then it will come up with the next option. You're just dragging it across.
Table.
Now you could just select it. You don't have to drag it. I could just select it. And if you choose the wrong one, nothing happens. And then choose the right one, and it will slide across as well. And then when you've completed all four, you should get a round of applause as a reward. And if you want to go on to the next activity, you click on this icon here. Or the next set of words, I should say. Not
bath.
You can click on this, which is to lock the options, so children can't edit. And also they can't change the activities down the bottom here. So if you clicked on this one, I think you have to click on it for 3 seconds. It will reduce those, so you can't actually use them. So they'll be just stuck on this activity. So I'm just going to quickly nip through these. So you've got
drink,
word to word. You're just matching the words. So again, simple matching.
Bed,
word to picture. So you're taking the word and matching it to the picture.
chair,
Picture to the word. This requires a student to actually read the word, which is a little bit harder. So I'd say this was a slightly harder task.
chair.
And here we go, we don't have a visual prompt of the word, you've got to listen to it and find the picture.
Drink.
So similar to the other activity, although you've just got the words to read. So that's essentially the different activities. Now, what you can also do is to go through the word list. So if you click on a word list, it comes preloaded with all these different options. We've got some verbs, some nouns. So you select a word list. You can click on edit and then move them around. So you basically take this one here and just move it to where you want it to go. So if you wanted to have, looks like we've got a bath with eyes, nose and mouth. So something's gone on here. So hair is probably got to be in that set here. There we go. So they've got slightly out of sync. And then click on done when you're happy with that. So whichever one you click, that will then, when I click on here, you can see it goes straight to those.
Bath.
So it's very simple, really simple to use. Now I have edited mine, so I've added my own word list. So I thought I'd have a bit of a play around with looking at numbers. So initially I thought, well, I'm going to do some quantities. So I've got here picture and the word for the number. I've also got the picture and the numeral, because for a lot of our students, they've got to match a numeral or number name with a quantity. I've done that up to 8. That's the only thing that's a bit of a pain with this app, is you've only got 4 tiles when you actually do the activity. So I can go up to 10. I could just mix them around. I've only gone up to 8 just because it was a little bit easier for me to create them. So you can see I've gone up to 8, and then I also did this, which was to match the numeral with the word, the number word, which I thought would be a good activity. So I'm going to have a look at those briefly. And then the other thing I did was looking at tens frames, which is looking at subitizing all the shapes that the quantity would make and matching it with the numeral. So if I was to choose, let's choose this set here. Let's click on matching the word to the picture.
5,
So you can see I've got my quantities, and now I'm thinking, okay, I've got 5 rings, so let's match it.
5, 5, 8,
Again, so I can count the quantity and match it. If I go back to my word list and then look at these ones here that I did. So again, if I click on that one and then I'll click on this one here.
1,
So this time I'm looking at my quantities on a tens frame.
1, 2,
Okay. I'll just go through how to create those word lists. So I'm just showing you the ones I've done. So basically you click on this plus here, and then it's a matter of typing your new word in. So, you could type the word 9, and then you would choose a picture. So you can choose a picture that's already on your iPad, or you can take a picture with your camera. You could have people's names, so it could be recognising a person. So yeah, you can take a picture. I usually prefer to take a picture first and save it into the camera roll and choose a picture from your camera roll, just because it's a little bit easier. And then you record the voice or the sound, so you could have a sound of an item. So it might be the sound of a kettle boiling, or it could be the sound of a dog barking. So it doesn't have to be somebody reading a word. It can actually be recognising the sound something makes with the picture. So that might be quite a cool idea. And then you can play the sound. So you record it, play it back to you to make sure it sounds all right. You don't have a dog barking in the background like I've had when I've done some recording. And then you click on save once you're happy with it. And then what that will do, it'll just put them in over here. So it puts them in groups of 4. The other quite neat idea is that you can share your list. So you just have to do the child safety gate. So will there be 7, 11? Click on open. So you can export it, a bit like with Writing Wizard and Word Wizard. You can export the word list to another iPad, saving you the trouble of having to actually do the whole list again on a different device. The only thing I worked out was that you have to open your other iPad, make sure it's on the same Wi-Fi, and then you have to click import word list, and then export word list on this device, import on the other one, and both iPads seem to communicate with each other. And then it will actually transfer any new lists. So it took all the new ones I had created here straight to the other iPad. So anything not on the iPad, it would transfer, but you couldn't actually choose which ones you wanted to do it. It just did the whole lot, which wasn't a problem for me. Yep, so that's probably basically it, I would say. I'll just go back in here. So again, these features up here,
4,
this one's to go on to the next set of activities. This one's, I think, to go right to the end. That's to replay again, if you want to replay the activity. And these are obviously to go backwards. So yeah, a really simple activity, but something that's really useful that you could use for lots of
4,
different things, and not just for English and nouns and verbs. As you can see, for maths, you could use it for colours, shapes, 3D shapes. You could use it for Japanese or other languages. So you could have a Japanese symbol or a word, and you could actually match it to the icon. And I do believe, I haven't tried this myself, but it is Switch accessible. So I'm pretty sure you could go into your settings and make it so that it would scan. So I think it would probably do an automatic scan, and then you could select the one that you want it to go to by using your switch. So that's the next thing I might explore, is how you can make it Switch accessible. So really, yeah, very simple app, something that you can customize really well to sort lots of different subjects, science as well. depending on what you want the children to learn, or also quite a good little assessment tool as well, I thought. Okay, that's special words.